Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Tacopina loves the Grateful Dead. He's on his way back to New York, the brilliant defense attorney and long friend of mine. Joseph, this one goes out to you. I know you love the Grateful Dead.
I love the Dead so much. As a matter of fact, I saw a cover band in Aspen that was insane. It was amazing. It was like a Dead concert. Everyone there with their long hair and their pot and all that stuff. It was amazing. But,
really?
Yeah, I mean, I love the Grateful
so you
Dead,
had the same people. You know, don't forget, my mom has a house in Conneaga Lake. She's exactly 1 mile away, Joseph. 1 mile from Bethel Woods. That is the actual field that homed Woodstock in 1969. It was not in Woodstock, New York, or Saugerties or Rome. It was in Bethel. And a lot of folks that traveled there stayed. There's a guy named Duke Devlin. He's a legend. He goes to my friend Tara's Bethel Cafe every morning. He came from out west. He never left. He's got the long hair, the tie-dye shirt. So you're telling me that some of those people were in Aspen with you watching the cover band?
Oh, no, the place was so... Look, I couldn't even get in, but a buddy of mine who actually ran the seminar I was speaking at had a connection to this place called Belly Up in Aspen. It's just a concert venue, small little downstairs, like tavern-y, and it was unbelievable. The line was like 400 people deep. It was nice. It was something else. It felt like a little bit like a Grateful Dead concert, obviously without the Grateful Dead.
So kind of be cool. So you went out there to speak. I know you still, for example, for folks that don't know this about Joseph, not only is he an amazing attorney, but I believe you still teach classes at Harvard. And was this like another instance where you were speaking to young lawyers? What were you doing exactly out there? No,
this was not even young lawyers. This was experienced lawyers. This was the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers annual seminar, advanced trial seminar. And so I spoke about what I do best, cross-examination. So I gave basically a keynote speech on cross, then sat on a panel, and flew back last night, back in New York now. And you were right, Sid. Last Friday, I did not get out on Sunday. I spent 5 hours in an airplane on an airplane on Sunday, waiting to get out. That didn't happen. Right. I came back Monday to try again. They put me on a flight. Then it was delayed. That didn't happen, although my suitcase made its way to Dallas, Texas somehow. I went to Aspen with literally a pair of underwear, the pants I was wearing, the shirt I was wearing, and I did the whole seminar in like a hoodie. Like, it was crazy. But I finally made it on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then came back last night.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're back home safe, the great Joseph Tacopina. So the big story yesterday was I reached out to you because I want you to get this guy on my show as a guest, and I'm still hoping that'll happen next week.
It'll happen.
It's going to happen. You heard Tacopina. It's going to happen. So we all hate Mamdani. Hate is a strong word. I don't care. I'm using it. I hate him, okay? I'm not giving him a chance. I don't care. I know Trump wants him to succeed, so New York. I hate the guy. All right, I don't believe anything he says. He's going to raise taxes because he's got no choice because Hochul is not going to help him. He still doesn't go out of his way to protect Jewish people. This snowstorm was a complete disaster. The city's going to be broke in less than a year. This guy is a complete nightmare, and he's an asshole. So I hate the guy.
And the people he's appointing to important positions are outrageous.
Right.
I mean, less qualified than he is. Like, the guy who's in charge of the public safety in New York City is a former armed robber. Are you kidding me?
I know. So they're already lining up to run against him in 2029. Like there's a girl who's an influencer, Lizzie Savetsky. She's got to stop. Michael Rappaport, the actor, he doesn't have a chance either. But I've even heard rumors that maybe the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, is going to run. Now, she would have a legitimate chance. But what I read yesterday was the one that's got everybody talking. The man that you saved him. The man that's married to the very talented Rihanna. Superstar A$AP Rocky may run for mayor in 2029. What's that all about?
It's about this guy has the abilities and talent. He's very smart, Sid. He's maybe unlike some of the people in that world. He's very articulate, very intelligent. We've had philosophical conversations, Rocky and I. I mean, the guy is really smart. He is a New Yorker. He loves New York. He grew up here.
Well, when you say he's a New Yorker, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't he live now in California?
Well, he lives in both places, like all these mega superstars. Like is obviously he and Rihanna live in California. They also have a place in New York. So he's
so
a
funny.
New York guy.
Tacopina is such a big time. Tacopina go Ree. He calls her Ree because he's closer to Rihanna, not Rihanna Ree.
So yeah, well, that's what happens when she ruins a suit of mine. Because she was hugging me and crying, and the whole Fenty color palette came onto my suit that was gone and ruined. So it was well worth it, though.
Yeah, forget about that. Did they not name their child after you?
So if it was a boy, they said they were naming him ASAP Joe. Thank God it was a girl.
Okay.
So that would have been such a horrible thing for him, for me, for everyone. But no, Sid, I will tell you one thing. During the trial, when we were hanging out, he would say, I'd love to run for politics one day. I'd love to run for. He really did. He did not say New York City mayor or anything like that, but he did mention a desire to run for politics. I'll tell you what. How did Mondami win? TikTok, social media,
100%.
all these idiots who believed his stupid false promises: free rent, free food, free transportation.
Right, and that was mostly young people. Don't get me wrong. He had millionaires and billionaires and other people and Jews, which is shocking. But you're right. He targeted the young audience. He got them. And I got to think A$AP Rocky would slay the young audience.
I was just going to say, you want to play that game? You lose to A$AP big time. You want to play the TikTok, social media celebrity game? A$AP will blow him away. And Rocky is, again, he's someone who actually has ideas. He's intelligent. He's well-read. He reads books. I mean, the guy actually, when you first asked me about it, I called him. And so we're not getting to what he said. I will tell you this. He would be someone I think would be very serious about this if he took it seriously and decided to do it. He would be a good mayor.
Yeah.
He's not like, he's not a liberal. He's actually much more conservative. As a matter of fact, he loves Donald Trump. So
of course he does.
President Trump actually helped him out in Sweden with that little incident, we spoke to Trump together during the trial. So it's not just a ruse. It's not like some social media influencer saying I'm going to run for mayor. Everyone's going to run for office now because
everybody.
But no, for real.
Yeah,
for real. He's someone who actually could bring some substance.
A lot of these rappers now are warming up to Trump. Nicki Minaj now is he loves her, she loves him, and I'd like to see it. Would you consider? I don't know if you could even do it. I guess you're a practicing attorney. I guess you can. Would you consider being maybe the chief campaign officer, something big for Rocky?
I don't know if I need an official title or role. I have a few of those already. I think what I would do is anything to help him. Anything to help him. I'd introduce to the right people in New York, starting with you, and make sure that he's well connected in the right political circles in this city. Look, this is New York City. Said you and I grew up here. We love this. This is our city. No one's ever going to destroy this city. This Mondami, I don't care what he's doing and how bad he is, because he is bad. And everything you said, I agree with. By the way. New York's resilient. New York's the best city in the world. It's not going anywhere, and it'll be ready in 3.5 years or whatever, 3 years and a few months, 4 years for someone like a Rocky who brings energy, ideas, and not fantasy into the mix.
Right. My buddy Jimmy Lynott checks in. He's a scalper in the city. He's a terrific guy. We've been friends dating back to my WNEW days. He says, I think the band that Tacopina saw, the Grateful Dead band that he saw in Aspen, is Zed's Dead. Is that right?
No, it was Jimmy Rowe. Is the name of the band.
Okay.
They're from Crested Butte, Colorado. They were very good.
Nice job.
But there's so many great cover bands. But they were very good.
They were great.
No, Zed's also a good one. Jimmy's right. So
you know them all. That's funny. One more story I want to get to because you did represent this lady and you won. I told President Trump that not only on air but at his golf course, Trump International, that one day when we spent an hour having lunch and he asked me about every person in the world. I mean, every person from Sean Hannity to you. I said, Tacopina won. I'm talking about E. Jean Carroll. All they wanted to do was pin rape on the president. They wanted to call the president a rapist. Now, look, George Stephanopoulos still did it. And guess what? He got fined about $1 billion, almost got fired. There are people that still use that word, which is incorrect because, to your credit, he was not guilty of that.
Found with a New York jury who obviously, if they convict him of those 34 counts in Manhattan on that DA, Alvin Bragg case, which was a complete joke, and I represent them during that, it's a complete joke. If they convicted him on that, there's no New York jury that's ever going to give Donald Trump a fair shake. Then you had a judge who hated him, I mean, really hated him, and made it clear that he hated him. So, I mean, the rulings in that case were ridiculous. So we're at the point now where, and he got $15 million from, Stephanopoulos and the network for his stupid, uneducated statement that he's a rapist. He's not. He was vindicated even on a civil case where the standard is just preponderance of the evidence, 51%. It's not a criminal case where you have to prove basically beyond all doubt. Okay, it's a civil case, and he was still vindicated because it's so outrageous, that claim. It really was. So the Supreme Court agreed to consider Trump's petition, shows that the verdict raises serious legal questions, especially regarding the evidentiary rulings and due process. So it's something that I think we're going to get this thing overturned.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.